get Vivid Cup Challenger #1 started here. We don't have too many people checked in. Guess today was a bad day to try and split everyone who's participating in these events here. I'm gonna go ahead and start it. And here we go. Starting the bracket, see who's playing who. It's going to be a small turnout tonight. So many different tournaments got posted at the same exact time for the same exact day. Kind of unfortunate, but that's okay. I'll still have fun. Alright, gotta check the bracket. Looks like we're starting right in the quarterfinals here. I'm sorry, Daedalus Point. So it's going to be My Darling versus Ego first. The first match is going to be Daedalus Point. Where is he? There's Ego. Alright, looks like we're ready to go. First match is going to be My Darling versus Ego on Daedalus Point. Again, small turnout, but not too bad. I probably should have thought that through a little bit. I saw a lot of tournaments, all cash prize tournaments, scheduled for Friday at the same time. I was like, there are only so many players we could spread around here, but you know what? YOLO. This should be good. We've had My Darling participate in a lot of Vivid events, and she does very well. I cannot remember her actual name. Alright, looks like it's going to be TVT. Very fun for me to cast. I am a gold Terran player, so it's always great watching players who are so much better than me play. It's just a lot of fun for me to watch. Here we go. Quarterfinals match. My Darling versus Ego. We had 25 players show up, but only, I think, 8 or 11 players check in. I'm not even sure. I actually don't even know who checked in. It wasn't enough to fill the round of 16, so, hey, whatever. Easy $10. Hardly have to work at all. Spawning in the top left corner of the map, yellow Terran player, Ego playing for Clan Royals, very cool image. In the bottom right-hand corner, playing for Clan Infinity, My Darling, red Terran. So, like I was saying, we've seen My Darling participate in a lot of Vivid events, which is pretty cool. I'm glad she likes our events. That's always nice when we have repeat customers. She has won a few Steam Cups, I believe. She has won a few other events. I'm not entirely sure right off the bat which ones are which, but see how she does tonight. She does very well in Sunday Mass and a few other events I've seen her compete in. I spent a lot of time Zeke surfing. I spent a lot of time watching smaller circuit tournaments and cups and things like that, because Vivid participates a lot in them. And I'm going to talk through this pause here because I don't really want a whole lot of silence. So anyway, so I get a lot of background information on players like My Darling and stuff like that. Oh, I should probably turn. Whoops. Don't mind my wall of purple text. Ugh. All right, so I should probably have the chat off, but there aren't any other admins on right now. I don't know what happened. I got stood up by my own admin, so I'm kind of running the whole show myself. It is what it is. And my darling here with this long pause of whatever momentum that they had, doesn't look like a whole lot, is going to be lost. Get back to my Twitch here. I don't think I have my Twitch up. Silly me. There we are. Back in here. Go ahead and get this horde out while we wait for the pause to end. There we go. Has it ended yet? Who knows? Yep, this pause screen, nothing like washing paint dry. So what we have here, each player sitting at 9 supply. That's pretty good. My darling has 60 minerals, floating a lot of minerals during this pause screen here. It's not looking too good for my darling, floating that many minerals at this stationary position. However, Egos is only rocking out 12 APM, so whatever it is my darling has planned with a 96 APM, she is going to overpower here at this frozen screen of destiny. My goodness, hurry up, I'm getting impatient. We are ready. I have been ready. I'm pumped. I'm stoked. We're all ready to rock. Let's do this. All right, and we get started. So happy I could dance. In production, nothing but SCVs. Remember, all the rounds up to the semifinals are best of 3. The semifinals match will be best of 5, and the finals will be best of 7. This is the Vivid Gaming's Challenger Cup, the first Challenger Cup. Minimum prize is $10, and we will give more money according to how many players seem interested in the Vivid Cup series. Our sponsors are very giving. We haven't been around for a full year just yet, but our sponsors started investing in our clan at I want to say midway through the fiscal year in 2013, and we've already dished out $1,150 in cash prizes and video games as well through our Steam Cup tournament. So we have given out quite a bit of money for, not really a whole lot of effort. I mean, our events are fun, but hey, $1,100 just for showing up. That's pretty cool. All right, so we have Barracks and Aghast coming down at the same time for Ego. And same build so far for my darling. Both players same SCV count, 1313. This is pretty much indicative of Reaper play, but you never know. Might change it up. Pretty much standard for this. Actually, standard play altogether is a Reaper expand. Excuse me. Alright, so we have the wall finishing up here. We have the first Reaper being made for my darling. First Reaper being made for Ego. How exciting. It's going to be hot Reaper on Reaper action. My darling's waypoint, or Q. We have the second gas coming down already, so we might actually see some 1-1-1 action. Well, yeah, I feel like 1-1-1 is pretty reasonable to assume here. each have the rally point set inside the other player's base. Hey, it works, right? Alright, Orbital Command about to be finished for Ego and My Darling. Oh, no, My Darling is not actually making an orbital command. I assumed things, and that's what happens when you assume. It makes an ass out of you. In the production pipeline, not a whole lot. We are stockpiling a bit of gas from Ego. He's got 2 going. There it is. The factory has been dropped, so we are going to see some 1-1-1. We're going to have a fast expand, well, a safe expand, rather, for My Darling. My Darling is actually going to be able to scout this factory. It's going to be right by the command center. Ego didn't even try to hide it. I probably would have tried to hide it down here. This Marine's going to get picked off pretty easily here. Nothing like a Reaper taking care of some Marine action. SCV's getting pulled off from the mineral line there, but you really can't afford to lose too many SCVs early on. The Reaper going to come back and try to pick that Reaper off. We have another Reaper to back up this one. So this Reaper has already got 2 kills, and I think he's got another kill. My Darling's going to go ahead and try to deny that factory as long as he can. Or she can, excuse me, and that Reaper gets the kill, shooting him down from the cliff. This Reaper's going to get retreated back. She got enough information. This command center is well on its way. We're going to see multiple, we're going to see factory, as well as 2 more barracks and a gas being taken by My Darling. So My Darling is actually going to go for an economic play here and a good counter. She must know at this point that this is going to be 1-on-1, most likely Banshee play. Starport is a little bit hidden, a little off the beaten path here, but interestingly enough, though, Ego didn't make a tech lab, so we're not going to see a quick transition of Starport and Factory. Interesting. This is almost like a Zerg build. 2 Hellions and some Marines, but no, there's the Reaper. It's almost what you see against as Zerg as an opener. But hey, whatever. These guys are much better than me. I am only gold, is what it is. So this command center is going to have orbital, and it's going to transition right down to the natural. Ego doing a good job scouting to see if that natural has been taken yet. Nice placement by the supply depot. Acts as a scout. You'll get to see any drop on his way, so he'll have enough time to react if he doesn't place any static defense in the form of turrets. This Reaper going to go ahead and chase Ego's Reaper away. So this natural is going to be taken by My Darling, who is actually going to be pretty comfortable with an economic lead here. A little bit of a slow play, though, here for Ego. He actually probably been a little bit better off putting the tech lab here doing a swoosh, but here again, these guys are much better than me. Far be it for me to say anything. This Banshee is on its way to being complete, so he's got to push through the front door and have the Banshee come in from behind. Cloaking is going to take a lot longer to finish than this Reaper, however. I'm sorry, not Reaper, this Banshee. This Banshee will get picked off by these Marines, no problem. We do have some SCVs right here, a little perfectly saturated inside the main. Gotta love that unit pathing. Thank you, StarCraft 2, for your intelligent pathing. Had a bit of a split there. I don't think I caught it in time, but I saw it on my mini-map. So, on top of the ramp, My Darling has effectively positioned her units to take care of any pressure that comes out. I don't think My Darling actually sees the Reapers. Gotta have a little bit of spread out on these Reapers. The Marines are actually doing a good job taking care of those Hellions. Not that it was supposed to happen. The Reaper goes down. These Hellions doing as much damage as they possibly can, considering they're not positioned very well. The Hellions going to have free reign on these SCVs, moving in. 4 Hellions getting to surround the SCVs. SCVs getting picked off. Natural looks like he's going to get denied here inside My Darling's base. Not a whole lot in terms of unit production left. Oh, the door was almost left open. The Banshee is now here. Going to have Cloak in about 7 seconds. And to follow this up, we actually have 2 more Hellions. So this actually proved to be far more effective than I thought. And that's what I'm saying. This is what happens when a gold player tries to naysay. I am quickly proven wrong by excellent players all the time, such as the pleasure of my skill level. This Banshee Hellion mix. This Banshee actually picking off as many as... as many as he wants, really. This turret isn't going to be completed. If he lets this turret get completed, though, My Darling's going to actually have no problem defending it. There it is. SCV gets picked off. We have a pull from the mineral line. My Darling is a significant amount of trouble here. We've already seen 8 kills from Ego. And behind this, Ego is just not really producing a whole lot. I mean, he does 2 Hellions, have 2 Hellions on the way, and a couple Marines, but really he's not actually following up too much. I guess he doesn't need to. He does have these 2 Banshees going to town here. He has killed 10 SCVs and no damage from My Darling. Ego is stockpiling a ton of resources at this point, though. He's got 1,000 minerals in the bank. If My Darling manages to fight this off, Ego stands to actually be in a little bit of trouble. But I don't think My Darling has anything to really defend against these Banshees. Anything that she sends out will actually get picked off very quickly by the Banshees. The SCV is trying to maintain the line, but unfortunately, I kind of think My Darling is at a huge disadvantage right now. If we look at units lost, My Darling has lost 14 SCVs, 29 Marines, 1 tank, and 2 Reapers. If you just want to look at the units lost tab here, I mean, it's It's almost 2,000 resources ahead lost by My Darling. But My Darling is a very, very good player. You know, if